Hey, friends, welcome back to Clear Signal and the very first episode of President's Hidden Histories, the series where we skip the textbook stuff and drop the wild 100% true stories that nobody ever taught us. Starting with the GOAT himself, George Washington. You know, the greatest hits. First president, Revolutionary War hero, crossed the Delaware on Christmas night, face on the dollar bill, and Mount Rushmore, the only guy ever elected unanimously, the literal father of our country. Here's the part they leave out. George Washington was the first president to send federal troops against American citizens. Not even close to the last, but definitely the very first. So, yeah, no modern president invented that move. It's called the Whiskey Rebellion, and it went down in 1794. Here's exactly what happened. In 1791, to pay off the massive Revolutionary War debt, Congress passed an excise tax on distilled spirits, basically a whiskey tax. Western Pennsylvania farmers lost their minds. Why? Because whiskey wasn't just a drink, it was their money. They turned corn into whiskey because it was easier to haul over the mountains than grain. Small farmers got crushed by the tax, while big East Coast distillers got a sweetheart deal. Sound familiar? By summer of 1794, things got spicy. Rebels tarred and feathered federal tax collectors, burned houses, and started forming their own militia. They even talked about marching on Pittsburgh. President Washington tried a warning proclamation. When that flopped, he did what any good commander in chief would do. He called up 13,000 militia from Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland, and Virginia, the biggest federal force since the Revolution. And here's the crazy part. Washington himself saddled up and rode west with the army as far as Bedford, Pennsylvania, a sitting president personally leading troops in the field. No other president has ever done that. The rebels took one look at 13,000 soldiers marching their way and basically vanished. No big battle, a handful of guys got arrested, two were convicted of treason, and Washington pardoned both of them. So next time someone says any later president was the first to use troops against Americans, just smile and say, nah, George Washington beat them to it by more than 200 years. That's the real Whiskey Rebellion. If you want more unknown presidential stories, smash like, subscribe, and drop in the comments whose hidden story you want next. Jefferson? Lincoln? Let's go. See you in the next one. Stay historical.